Respect for the businessman is very important. A country will never progress. Country will never progress if you don't respect your businessman. Always as a country we should focus on promoting manufacturing industry. China becomes so powerful only not because of service industry, because of the manufacturing industry. You have invested in the agriculture. Unless there is a prosperity among the farmer, they have a purchasing value and they have a purchasing power more, our country will not progress. You remember in country, if 1 year if you don't have a good monsoon, the next year our economic growth will be slower because they are the largest consumer, If you focus on the localized marketing and branding, we will have a huge market and that will help and propel and accelerate our economy. I remember when we were doing a study, our highways were the single road highway, National highway was not even double, And when we were doing a study in IIT, that time, everything America, Europe were looking very shiny, everything looking shiny. And we were poor country. There was a time we were all looking, even with going to all the European countries with the begging bowl, This club, Paris club, that club, There was a time our country has to sold the gold or you can lease the gold, I don't know how you say in Girvi ko kya kehte lease, But I always respect Narasimha Rao, the first Prime Minister of Aspirational Bharat, He is the one who opened the economy. It was not the Manmohan Singh. Credit goes to Narasimha Rao, not the Manmohan Singh. Remember this. He is the same person when Manmohan Singh was the Planning Commission Vice Chairman when Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. Rajiv Gandhi wanted to do the economic opening of the economy like what Narasimha Rao did. The same fellow protested. Manmohan Singh protested. Even he offered to resign. But after the gold crisis, economic crisis, Narasimha Rao was bold enough to open our economy because we have no choice. And somehow our economy started growing. And Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji from one Lal Killa, he announced the road project, that is Bharat Mala project, Golden Quadrilateral project, East Coast, East-West corridor, North, South, East, all the corridor, Golden Quadrilateral and North, South, East-West corridor. And our road has started improving, our economy has started improving. Somebody has said, I have not read personally, in Kennedy, as a White House, his presidential office, he gave a picture and wrote, America is not prosperous and rich. America is rich and prosperous. Roads are good, Our roads are good and better. Therefore, America rich and prosperous. Now, thanks to Atal Bihari Vajpayee initiative and Narendra Bhai, they are putting hard work to develop our infrastructure. Now, you can say there was a time from Delhi to Lucknow going, it takes, 12 to 14 hours. But now, I can tell you, I travel, from expressways to express 4.5 hours, 4.5 hours. And across the country, I am not just giving you, across the country, infrastructure is improving, growing, infrastructure development happening. This is the first thing for any economic development and prosperity of the country, infrastructure development, Otherwise, we have a leader like Lalu Yadav, Lalu Yadav destroyed the whole Bihar, Whole Bihar destroyed. And in spite of that destroying Bihar, looting Bihar, he was ruling for the 15 years. He was ruling for 15 years, looting, destroying the country. I will be surprised to know how these crooked politicians have destroyed our country, When villagers told him, sir, you have, interaction, you have not built road for us. So what he is telling, I don't know how to express you in English. I will try to express in Hindi, I will try to explain in English. He is asking the villager, तुम्हारे पास बस है क्या रे? Do you own bus? बोला सर no. Do you own car? बोला no. Do you own jeep? बोला no. Do you own motorcycle? No. अरे बुद्धू, मैं रोड बनाऊंगा तो किसको फायदा होगा, See, this is how they are instigating. If I will build the road, who will be built? Neither you have a car, a bus, nor your truck, nor you have car, nor your jeep, nor your motorcycle. Why I should build road? And it is not going to benefit you, This is how the crooked people are there, He pulled the whole society for 15 years, But thanks to Narasimha Rao and Atal Bihari Vajpayee, There was time, now our country is in a gear towards development. Without development, no one can win election by fooling the people. So credit goes to that, So infrastructure development is happening. Why important is that even in the globalized world, to export anything, transport cost, timing, all this matter, Now we have a national infrastructure pipeline, dedicated freight road is coming. So all this is going to help our business economy. This is all going to accelerate our economy. That is the first point, Promoting manufacturing and industry. And unfortunately, I am telling recently, this fellow, who are RBI ex-governor, Raghuram Rajan said, no, we should focus on the service industry, Really somebody told that once a good economist become politician, then this type of disaster will happen, Some time back he gave interview, our economy growth is slowing down. Where the data from international data came, our economy is growing faster than 6%. It is almost 7%, There was a big slap on him being an economist. Now he is telling we should focus on the service industry. By focusing the service industry, no country can progress. I can tell you, no country can progress. America is declining because America gave up their manufacturing. England, once hub of manufacturing, is declining only because service industry cannot look after the entire country, because service industry. Unless you have fundamental basic manufacturing industry, hardcore industry, what the use of the service industry is? This government is doing good thing. They have to attract the foreign investment. They are focusing on the production link initiative also, and that is paying good dividend for us, So always as a country we should focus on promoting manufacturing industry. China becomes so powerful only not because of service industry, because of the manufacturing, because manufacturing industry will create prosperity, employment for large masses. So in that case, our government, present government is intelligent, they have a wisdom, cautious, they are focusing on the right thing. Not only you have seen the special economic zone, but they are focusing the dedicated economic zone, In nearby Nimrana in Rajasthan, there is a dedicated economic zone. They have created, in that zone, all the only Japanese industries are there, Same type of, this type of dedicated economic zone should be started in the many different states, collaborating with the different country, because they have all the ecosystem to help and support each other, and they are not harassed with all these bureaucratic things. So these type of things we should do for our accelerated growth. Third important thing is that innovation research. Government realize this importance with all the hiccups and bureaucratic hurdles and problem. Finally, they are coming with the National Research, NRF, National Research Foundation, because this is very important. Otherwise, I know IIT has also not done much research in a fundamental research to industry, but now they are coming up, And good thing is that some of the institutions now gearing up with a link with the industry. Recently, I was in the IIT Chennai. They have started IIT Innovation Center, and very good innovations, self-reliant, not dependent on the IIT, not dependent on the government, generating their own wealth, and they are helping lot of young businessmen with all the facility. So these are the thing which is happening in our country, is good thing for us. Another thing very important for us was agriculture reform, which they did last time, but unfortunately some political and politically motivated farmer, they were not all the farmer, politically motivated farmer, finally government has to withdraw. See, 95% of the farmer of the country were supporting this, but what are the wrong part of the 95%? When this 5% farmer, politically motivated farmer, they were doing protest, the 95% sitting at their home. If they have also started protesting or coming in the street in support of the farm law, there was a good support, but there was no support in public. They were all keeping quiet, sitting at home. Government came with a good plan, good law, but finally they have to withdraw. And now I know the farmers are suffering. Farmers are suffering. If we want to reform our country, we want to make our country prosperous, farm law is very important. Because unless you have invested in the agriculture, unless there is a prosperity among the farmer, they have a purchasing value and they have a purchasing power more, our country will not progress. You remember in country, if 1 year if you don't have a good monsoon, the next year our economic growth will be slower, because they are the largest consumer, So agriculture farm law is very important. Today and tomorrow we have to bring this farm law to have a agriculture reform so that our agriculture should be free from all the restriction. I will tell you, recently we did a study in the Madhya Pradesh. All the farmers are complaining about this mandi, How about you say the mandi, Mandi. Mandi is creating problem. We are not getting, APMC, So this today, tomorrow we have to do this. It's very important for us. Financial inclusion, Everybody was talking, laughing, when the Narendra Bhai started this Jan Dhan Yojana, account for everybody, Account for everybody. Everybody was laughing. Now this has become the largest economic inclusion program. And because of that is largest economic inclusion program. And because of that, leakage of the government is almost negligible. I know in Maharashtra, they gave contract to one of our, he is my senior in IIT, 1 year senior, his company, Persistent. And they checked with all the Aadhaar card, more than 5 to 6,000 crore was leakage, because the multiple, you have a multiple Aadhaar card, multiple ration card, all those they were getting. But all those things is stopped because of this. Jan Dhan Yojana linked with Aadhaar card, all the technology system is in the place. So this is very important for us. Another important part is that as a society, as a country, we should realize those who are poor in the country, we should not look them as a poor. In the future, we should strengthen them, We should look them as a market, A famous person who wrote the C.K. Prahlad, Fortune at the Bottom of Pyramid. He told, if you strengthen them, they are your market and finally they will be your customer and your economy will grow, So therefore we need to strengthen this class by somehow developing economic activity, economic empowerment them. Otherwise, if they are poor, large society is poor, our economy will not grow. And Bharat, still we are a poor country, we are not very rich country because our size and number is very big. Therefore we are 5th largest economy, but per capita income is still very poor. So on that part, we need to focus as a society. On the export side, for last 1 month, 2 months, you can see how the China is getting affected by, and people are moving out of the China. China is economy slowing, and there is anger against the China post-COVID. So this is an opportunity for us as a country to grab this opportunity, and we should focus on the export. If we have a more export, we will have a more better economy, faster economic growth, which is important. And we need to leverage on this part. As a individual businessman, we have to do this, For everything, we need to do the market research. Without market research, understanding your own segment, if you are going, then you will be in problem. So as an individual businessman, this area we need to focus. We have to focus on the understanding unique behavior and needs of the society also. Localized marketing and branding, As a businessman, we should not just always looking for all the, international event. Our is a very big country. We have our whole economy is 70-80% is a consumer-based economy. Our own consumption is there. So if you focus on the localized marketing and branding, we will have a huge market, and that will help and propel and accelerate our economy. Partners in collaboration, as he mentioned, this is very, very important in this modern technology world. Everything you should not be doing, So we should bring the talent from our system, Each one has their own expertise. Based on each one your own expertise, join together and you grow together. And so that it will minimize your risk also. The partnership and collaboration is also very important for business economic growth. Supply chain optimization. Supply chain optimization is always very, very important, I am telling you, Ramdev Baba, he was growing fast, and he just suddenly he wanted to become, 1 lakh crore economy by selling toothpaste, whatever is all these product. And in this pursuit of faster and faster growth, he lost his quality, he lost his supply chain system, and he was not unable to survive. And finally, suddenly his sale dip, his sale gone down up to the 35%, When 35, he gone down almost 65% gone down, So for any business industry, you must remember supply chain optimization is very, very important. As a country as a whole, I have also told many of my lecture, there was a time we Hindu of Bharat, Bharat businessmen, we used to sell all our product in the Southeast Asia, Those the Tata truck, ambassador car, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Scooter. Nowadays the scooter is disappeared. Those days Bajaj Scooter, Hamara Bajaj, that was the time, Bajaj Scooter. Usha fan, all we used to supply to the Southeast Asia. Everywhere in the Southeast Asia used to go from the Bharat. Chinese came in the middle. Chinese not from the mainland China. These overseas Chinese. They organized themselves business economy and they killed our supply chain system. They destroyed our system. And now they proudly say, now no product is coming from Bharat. There is no product coming from the Bharat. So for as a country, as a society, as a businessman, supply chain is very, very important. That we need to focus on this. Customer relationship is also very important. As a customer relationship, we will not focus, then we will not grow. Chinese are very, not good in this area. We have some better respect, but we were also not very good in those days in this area. And a local area, even a national area, an international area, these are the area we need to focus properly. And good part is that we have respect. We have that respect. We need to build on this respect. We are people of integrity. And I just want to mention, he mentioned the, political environment, all those things. When I wrote the first concept of World Hindu Economic Forum, I wrote that we need to manage the environment everywhere, across the world. Unfortunately, we as a society as a whole, we as a business group as a whole, we as a country as a whole, we are very poor in managing this, very, very poor, I can tell you when our people have started doing business in Kenya, get a one skilled labor from Bharat for a Kenyan industry, you have to pay very, very high visa fees. For same time for the Chinese is very cheaper, because there was no efforts from the government of India, government of Bharat, there was no effort by this FICCI, CIA, there was no effort by our embassy, All our businessmen were struggling alone, All our businessmen are struggling alone. If we as a country, we as a society, we as a business group, now we have that strength we have. If we collectively come and manage all those things, it will help everybody. But here, nobody bother, इसको क्या कहता है? I don't know how we say in Hindi. चलता है भाई, चलता है ना. And finally, I want to tell you, respect for the businessman is very important. A country will never progress. Country will never progress if you don't respect your businessman. Unfortunately, this country, the politician is very respected. They are the most corrupt people. They are the most corrupt people, but they are the most respected people. That need to be changed. I always tell in my lecture. And this is my task everywhere. We have one conference in Mumbai. One minister from NCP came and he told businessmen should do ethical business. When my turn came, I told him, look, everybody here in this hall agree that we should do ethical business. But do you know how difficult is business doing in India, in Bharat? Bharat still is the most difficult place to do the business. I am telling you, Bharat is the most difficult place to do the business. But your sheer commitment, sheer hard work is driving your business economy. And that credit goes to you people, So I told him, when business goes to business, he collects his own saving, taking all his risk, collect from relative and friends, then he goes to bank, he takes risk, taking all the risk, he set up a plant, he will create employment, he will create wealth, he will pay taxes, and you fellow, these bureaucrats and politicians create problem for him. He has to bribe to you. He cannot bribe honestly, For bribe you have to manage, Then his business get obstacle free. I'm just telling you, if by doing this, if he have a surplus money, again he will set up another factory. Again he will create employment. Again he will pay taxes. This man, you are telling them they are not ethical. I'm asking you, politician, you are not educated from Harvard, MIT. You are not educated from IIT, IIM. Average, you go and see their education. You don't have ancestral wealth also, the ancestral Bap Dadaon ki property. But from where these all those engineering college, medical college, management college comes from? These are all by all politicians. From where this is coming, And Maharashtra, most of the engineering college, medical college, management college are all owned by politicians. Nobody question them from where the money comes. This is not ethical money. We need to question them. We need to question them. I told him that businessmen should be always respected, because they are the wealth creator, they are the employment generator, and now you'll be surprised, you have become tax collector also for the government, You are collecting tax, GST and paying to them, And without, you are not paid for that also. Those days government is to pay for the tax collector. System is like that. And you are branded as a chore. You are branded as a chore. This need to be changed in this country. When I was recently in Nepal, I told in this business environment, in the globalized world, talent, technology and capital only can be attracted. You cannot control them. You cannot control them. And therefore, if we as a country, we as a nation, we as a society want to progress, we have to respect our wealth creator, businessman, and therefore, in ancient time, our ancestors were respecting our businessmen. I told recently here, in a Sanskrit, I am telling you in Sanskrit, businessmen were called Sreshti. Sreshti was a name for the businessman in Sanskrit. That same Sreshti word is still existing in Nepal as a Sreshti for the businessman. Same, I am just telling you, same Sreshti word in Punjab has become Sethi. Same Sreshti word has become Sethji in Rajasthan. Same Sreshti word has become Seth in Gujarat. And same Sethi word has become in the this Western Ghat Konkan area, this Maharashtra, Karnataka. And same Sreshti word has become Chetty in Tamil Nadu. That was our respect for a businessman from the history, our ancestral time. So that respect we should again create. Another important thing, we need to question these people, I am not very supporter of that. Farmer suicide is happening in the country, that is unfortunate. But if farmer suicide, there is a big halla gulla, media, politician, all that. But for last 3 years, I am telling you, go in the National Crime Report Bureau data, for last 3 years, businessman suicide in this country is more than the farmer suicide. Very, very unfortunate. And nobody discuss, nobody talk on this issue, So therefore, we need to create awareness on this part. We need to make sure businessmen are respected. They are the wealth creator. And collectively together as a community, we should progress for the better of the country and better of our society. Namaste.